I think any neutral coming this afternoon would go home and saying, I've just seen a cracking game of football, really exciting, you know, goals, really excellent play, good saves, everything that you really want. And I guess we can't argue that, but clearly we're disappointed that we didn't take at least 1 point from that game.
Yeah, I think after the injury to Johnny, you're looking at trying to get a point. But again, we've gone forward and could have scored again. I thought that BOGNOR are BOGNOR. They play lovely football, move the ball well, move themselves well. And I felt that in the second half we did. I felt, as I told them at half time, we had too many people hiding, not wanting the ball, and that's why they had more possession than us. Sometimes I hear things and you just got to let go of your head, because we're top of the league, and some of the comments I heard today were very detrimental to the side. Not everyone, but some things I was hearing was disgusting. And like I say, for my players to go to my game plan, we should have been 1 up. Forget the possession they had. Johnny's had in the second half 3 down his throat, which he should save comfortably, and he had 1 in the first half that he's had to make a decent save. From memory, I watched the 90 minutes again. Alex Reed should score and put us 1-0 up. Great free flowing counter-attack move, and we should be 1-0 up. Not to be. So I told them at half time they need to be braver, you know. And you saw every time we got the other side of them, we hurt them. And it's just in the final third, just making them right decisions in the final third to get that second and third goal. But no, good game, enjoyable. Disappointing to lose, but like I say, from where people expected us to be to where we are, you know, next comment we're probably going to get is that we're going to be in free fall. We're still top of the league. Tonight we're sitting top of the league. So if you'd given me win 7, lose 2 and draw 1, regardless how we do it, home or away, any manager in this league would have taken that. And I thought the boys were good in the second half, and they just needed to do it in the first half, which was a bit surprising today.
Although, you know, it was still 0-0 at half time, so everything to play for. And to be fair, after we got our equaliser, it looked at that point like we might go on and win it.
Yeah, definitely, and the boys had a bit of belief then. I don't know why they didn't have it to start with. If you look at their goal, the first start of the second half, they launched one over the top, and Johnny's come out and cleared it. They've launched one over the top again, and Johnny decided not to come for this one, and then they've managed to get a couple of bodies in the box and scored. But they ain't through passing the life out of the football and getting through us.
Ironically, yeah.
It's an 80-yard part.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't deal with it, whether it's communication or whatever, and they scored from it. So people that have possession of the football don't always hurt you. And like I say, in the first half, just a few comments I heard that I weren't happy with. But I was more disappointed with the players not being brave enough to get on the ball, which we're asking them to do this year. And
again, ironically, the better constructed goal, or the best constructed goal, arguably, was our goal.
Yeah,
actually.
Like I say, second half, I thought had another good game and had the better of their fullback.
I thought it was fantastic today.
He had the better of their fullback, and like I say, just a couple of times when the ball coming from the left, maybe he could have been at the back post for a tap-in, which we're encouraging them to do. But that'll come, Jim. That'll come, you know.
But when you've got the commentator from Radio Rock in our press box saying this guy is fantastic, Adam Ramadan, you know, you kind of think, wow, well maybe, you know, we have got some decent players.
Yeah, we have got decent players. We've got a decent squad. You know, Arthur, food poisoning, had to pull out the warm-up. You know, he was sick 3 or 4 times in between the warm-up. Callum come in, and what a good job Callum done. So thrown in at the deep end, and he done really well. I was just disappointed we didn't play to our standards in the first half of being brave on the ball. When we did, we created a couple of chances, and the second half was a different kettle of fish. And it weren't because they got a rocket; it was constructive criticism to them. And I say, fair play to BOGNOR. You know, they've come here and they've won, but we're still ahead of where we should be. Let's get it right. No one at this football club, apart from me and the staff maybe and the players, which we've set our targets, supporters, board members, yourself, wouldn't have expected us sitting top of the league after 10 games. And if anyone tells me that, then they're lying, and I'll be blunt with you.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've got to talk about the big controversial moment in the entire game, because it wasn't a dirty game by any means. I thought the referee had quite an easy job, to be honest with you. But the one, to me, from where I was sitting, and it's only my personal opinion, I'm no expert, that's a red card all day long.
Well, just...
and I haven't looked at it on the video.
No, which again, we'll look at it. You know, you'd expect your player to go in and challenge the keeper, but Johnny probably had it a lot longer than the bloke should have jumped in. But we'll go back 5 minutes before that, and their number 10 was kicked out of Gerard Small, right in front of the dugout. Even their manager has told him he's a silly boy and he's lucky to get away with it. Referee missed it, linesman missed it, but the ball wasn't in our box. It happened just as the play developed from that incident. So you got that one. And like I say, I'd like my player to go in on the keeper fairly. You know, only he'll know if he'd done it intentionally. Johnny did have hold of the ball, but you want your players to go and compete. And that's all the fella's done. Now, if he has gone over the top and the ref's missed it, so be it. But you want your players to compete. So again, I'm too far away to say whether he's meant it, or he'll know whether he meant it. But one of them, you want your players to go and challenge for the ball. Otherwise, there's no challenge in football no more. I feel for Johnny because his knee's swollen right up. He's in a lot of pain. Their fans were quite good as well, yeah, giving him a load of stick, which fans do, but sometimes you've got to be a little bit careful, you know, because he doesn't come off for nothing and his knee's like a balloon. So we won't know until tomorrow how long he's out for, if he's out at all. The swelling's got to go down. But in general, you know what I mean, it's one of those.
Now, talking about their fans, you know, they were quite a decent crowd of them. They made a lot of noise. This is a personal opinion from me. This isn't from you. You can either agree or disagree. I thought we were very silent today at a big game. Every opportunity to make a lot of noise. It's a lovely afternoon. It's a big crowd. At least rival your fellow supporters at the other end with a bit of banter. Didn't hear much from our supporters.
Well, I didn't hear it either. There was bits and pieces, but as Sonny alluded to in one of his interviews, and Parky, you know, they are a help to the players at times. You know, we scored a goal and they're up and encourage us more to get forward. But
they need to up when we go behind. That's when we need them. Yeah,
but it's one of those. The players are out there to do a job and play football. And if there was one man here or there was 1,000 here, it's our responsibility to get them excited. And the only disappointment I'll say to that is that I feel we do get them excited. I feel we do create chances. I feel we've got exciting players out there with speed, but it's up to them if they want to do it. You know, and it's not all of them. It's not all of them. You know, some people come to watch a game of football because they just want to go and watch a game of football. They don't want to be singing and shouting. So it's own preference. But like I say, there was a lot of noise coming from their end, more than ours. And like I say, we was at home, but. Again, that's preference, Jim. So
absolutely. It's purely a comment from me rather than you, but I just make the comment on camera because I think a lot of the supporters do look at these interviews, and you've got to ask the question: why isn't there more noise? Or I'm asking the question: why isn't there more noise? And maybe perhaps a few more. I think one or two did, but a few more might have stopped at the end because you know that was a good game of football. That's worth applauding, isn't it?
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so, even though we're on the wrong end of it. But I would really, really wonder what it'd be like if we was mid-table or below. You know, I said to the players in there, if we'd come in on the back of that defeat, sitting mid-table and struggling for a win, then I could understand their disappointment. Every footballer's disappointed because they set their standards. But when they give what they have to, especially in the second half, not so much first half, and they come in there, they've got to realise where they're at the moment. And they're not scrambling about for points. You know, at the minute it's win one, lose one. That's over the last two league games. You know, we're capable, as we showed at the start of the season, go on a run of 4 or 5 games. You know, got Hornchurch away next week, big one. Enfield at home here the following Tuesday, another big one. If I'm playing them big games, shouldn't be involved in football. And like I say, I just want as many supporters to back us, get behind us, because we're doing well at the minute. And like I say, I just wouldn't like to see what would happen if we weren't doing well.
Well, bad luck today, Steve. I thought the boys put up a great effort, a great fight, and good luck at Hornchurch next Saturday.
Cheers, Jim. Thanks, mate. Thanks.
Okay. Well, Adam, unlucky on the result today. What's the feeling in the dressing room? Do you feel a bit hard done by?
Obviously, it's frustrating. We've done well, but obviously not done well enough. So we need to take on what the gaffer said in the change room and hopefully push on, train Tuesday, train Thursday, and get around the games going again.
I think BOGNOR, one of the best sides we've played against this season, and how you felt and how you felt you matched them today. How did you feel you were compared to them?
They did play well in the first half. We weren't matching them. We didn't come out like we did in the second half really. They were a good football inside, but I feel at 1-1 we should have really took some more opportunities. And if we had played the first half like we did the second half, we would have probably took a win. But just frustrating, and move on to Saturday and hopefully get a win and get around the games there.
Let's hope so, yeah. Turning point was obviously Johnny Henry going off. Does that sort of change at that point? At that point, do you say let's settle for a point? Or did you think you can go on with it?
Obviously, at that point we were on top of the game. We did feel we had making more opportunities. Obviously, Stu done well. We come and played, done a couple of saves and that, but frustrating. They come on top. They got one opportunity really in the whole of the second half, I felt, and after obviously except for the goal. And it is frustrating, but we never really want to settle for a point at home. We do want to win every game, and obviously it's frustrating as it is, but we move on.
Now, let's talk about your form this season. I mean, for someone to come in, I think the plan was for you to be the backup to Joe Turner and Jared Small, and they could not get you out of the side. Jared couldn't get you out of the side when he was coming back from injury. You must be delighted with your form at the moment.
Obviously, I'm happy. I'm not getting enough goals really. Obviously the players are, they're helping me. I'm doing well in the term of form, but I do need to get some more goals and assists really. But obviously I'll take it as it comes, and I'm doing well, just need to push on really.
At the start of the season, did you think you'd be effectively cover? You'd be
yeah, no,
an impact player?
Obviously he did, the gaffer did say, he signed me and said like, you are signed as backup, you will get the opportunity, like same as Liam King. He's pushing on to get his opportunities, desperate. All the whole team as a squad, we're not jealous of each other. We do want to do well and progress. So I'm happy that I've got the opportunity. I just need to keep playing well and hopefully cement a position.
Well, it's all about taking that opportunity, isn't it? Yeah. So when you came in, actually believing that you could,
of course the players, the players have boosted my confidence. I am getting better with each game, so I just need to keep working hard. The players are helping, so just hopefully keep doing well.
Yeah, no, exactly. Is this the best football you've played in your career, do you think?
Obviously before my injury I was playing rather well. I was on trial at Bromley, but obviously that never amounted to nothing. I did tear my groin, so at the moment the team is a good group of lads out on and off the pitch, so it is a good group to play in and hopefully do well.
Yeah, of course. And obviously you had a long time out injured. Fitness-wise, 18 months, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fitness-wise, are you all okay now?
Yeah, the injury's gone. Like Mil's superb. Like keep track of me. I'm doing well. Injury's gone. Just need to keep my fitness. Obviously, games are coming thick and fast at the moment, so hopefully play as many games as we can, get as many wins, and see where it leads us at the end of the season.
Right, better luck next week.
Thank you.